The cameras flash, cutting through the dark of the English countryside.
Right.
It's Saturday night at Soho Farmhouse in the Cotswolds, and if you were standing there, the whole scene would just look like pure cinematic luxury.
Oh, totally.
You have a vintage milk float of all things carrying pop culture royalty up to a glass house for this big sit-down dinner.
A milk float. I love that detail.
It's amazing. And you see Victoria Beckham, Emma Bunton, Jerry Halliwell Horner, and Mel C, all with their arms around each other, posting photos that just scream friendship never ends.
If you just looked at Instagram, you'd think it was this perfect celebration.
Exactly. But zoom out just a little bit, and that picture-perfect moment, well, it isn't a party, it's the fortress walls going up. Because just days before this, the Beckham dynasty wasn't celebrating.
No, it was burning. It really was the week from hell for them. The smiles in those photos are doing so much heavy lifting because the context here is a family in absolute crisis.
And we aren't just talking about a tabloid rumor here.
Not at all. We are talking about a public manifesto from the eldest son, Brooklyn, effectively declaring war on his own parents.
He didn't just unfollow them, he went nuclear. Welcome to StarScope Report. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jamie.
Join us as we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, the music industry, and the viral moments you just can't look away from.
And today, we are unpacking the story that has absolutely consumed Hollywood and London this week. Victoria's family betrayal. Spice Girls return.
We're going to break down the explosive feud between Brooklyn Beckham and his parents, the PR war rooms that are currently spinning completely out of control.
And how, in a twist I don't think anyone saw coming, the Spice Girls have suddenly reemerged as Victoria's ultimate defense strategy.
What's so fascinating here is the collision of two massive narratives.
It really is. You have the potential dismantling of brand Beckham, which is a business built entirely on this image of family unity.
Right.
And that is colliding with the nostalgia of the biggest girl group in history. It is messy, it is strategic, and the stakes could not be higher.
Okay, let's get right into the mechanics of this. We have to start with the bombshell itself.
January 19th, 2026.
The day, the whole, carefully curated image of the Beckham family just shattered. Brooklyn Beckham posts a 6-page digital manifesto on his Instagram stories. And looking at the source material, he did not mince words.
No, he certainly didn't. And if you really analyze the language he used, it's so telling.
What stand out to you?
He used words like performative, inauthentic, and facade. He explicitly stated that he does not want to reconcile. He's tired of his life being defined by relationships that only exist for the cameras.
So this isn't just a son being mad at his parents.
No, this is a rejection of the entire business model he was born into. It's a total renunciation of the product that is the Beckham family.
And the fallout was, it was immediate. We're talking no contact escalation.
His brother, Cruz Beckham, confirmed it. The family woke up blocked on all platforms.
Can you just imagine that? You wake up, check your phone, and your son, your brother, has digitally erased you.
It goes a step further, though, and this is where it stops being a family spat and starts becoming, well, a legal crisis.
Right.
Brooklyn has reportedly hired legal counsel at Schillings.
Schillings?
Yeah. And for anyone listening who doesn't follow British law firms, Schillings is a heavy-hitting firm. They're known for reputation management, aggressive litigation.
They're who you hire when you're going to war with a corporation.
Exactly, not your mother. He requested that all future communication go through his lawyers.
Yeah.
That is a level of severance you usually see in, like, a corporate hostile takeover.
So what triggered this? In the manifesto, Brooklyn laid out some absolutely shocking accusations about his 2022 wedding to Nicola Peltz.
And these are not just, mom was being annoying complaints.
No.
These are specific damaging claims that attack Victoria's character and her professional reputation.
Yeah.
First up, the dress.
The dress. He alleges that Victoria canceled making Nicola's dress at the 11th hour.
Right. And you have to remember, the narrative for years, the one Victoria's team has kind of let persist, is that Nicola snubbed Victoria's design.
That Nicola was the diva who refused to wear it.
Exactly. Brooklyn is flipping that script completely. He's claiming Victoria forced them to scramble for a new designer, creating chaos right before the wedding. He's positioning Victoria not as the victim, but as the saboteur.
But here's where it gets really interesting. And honestly, incredibly awkward. The inappropriate dance.
Oh, this part.
This is the detail that really made my jaw drop. Brooklyn claims Victoria hijacked his first dance with Nicola.
They had this whole romantic moment planned to a Mark Anthony song. who's a family friend, by the way.
And instead, Mark calls Victoria up to the stage.
And the way Brooklyn described it is just visceral. He said his mother was dancing very inappropriately on him. He used the words humiliated and uncomfortable.
That is a devastating thing for a son to say publicly about his mother.
It reframes a moment that from the outside might have just looked like a sweet mother-son dance.
Right.
And he turns it into this moment of like boundary crossing and narcissism. It attacks the absolute core of Victoria's public persona.
And then there's the money. He claims his parents tried to pressure or even bribe him into signing away the rights to his own name before the wedding.
And that right there is the key to understanding the brand Beckham side of this. Names are intellectual property in their world.
It's all connected to the bigger picture.
Exactly. Brooklyn has aligned himself with the Peltz family. He even got a family first tattoo, which seems to be about the Peltz family, not the Beckhams.
And the sources describe the Peltz family as a hockey family with boardroom brutality. Nelson Peltz is an activist investor.
They are billionaires, not millionaires. They operate with a totally different kind of power.
It's like a clash of dynasties. You have the Beckhams, whose power comes from fame, image, and commercial appeal.
And then you have the Peltz family, which is just old school corporate muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooklyn is signaling he prefers the Peltz version of reality. He's calling the Beckham version commercial and fake.
Which is a massive strategic threat to David and Victoria. It implies their love is conditional on the business.
It's a tragedy, really.
But if you think the Instagram post was bad, wait until you hear about the encrypted hard drive sitting in a safe that could ruin everything.
We're going to get into that and the $135,000 a month cleanup crew right now.
So a manifesto like this drops. You don't just sit there.
Oh, no. The feud has moved from Instagram stories to what insiders are calling daily war rooms.
War rooms. That sounds intense. Reports say David and Victoria are spending upwards of $135,000 a month on crisis PR. What does that kind of money even buy you?
It buys you a strategy. And, more importantly, it buys you narrative control.
So what's the strategy?
Right now, it appears to be the high road. You'll notice they aren't responding directly to Brooklyn's claims on social media. They're not getting into a comment war.
Right, they're staying silent.
Publicly. But they are flooding the zone with positive stories. It's classic reputation management. You dilute the negative search results with positive, heartwarming content.
I've seen this. Suddenly there are all these articles about David's charity work. Pictures of Victoria being a doting mother to Romeo, Cruz, Harper.
It feels very coordinated because it is. That's the playbook. Remind the public of the good Beckham brand. Look how happy we are with the children who haven't blocked us.
But privately,
it's a different story. The reports suggest they are also digging up dirt on the Peltz family.
a classic deflection tactic.
Exactly. If you can make the other side look messy or toxic, it creates doubt. It becomes he said, she said, instead of victim versus perpetrator.
But there is one thing they might not be able to spin. And this is the detail that gave me chills. The leverage.
The hard drive.
We talked about that inappropriate dance at the wedding. Well, apparently because of the strict no-phone policy, there is no public footage of it.
Except for one source. The professional videography team. And because Brooklyn and Nicola were the clients, they own that footage. The team signed NDAs, and they've reportedly wiped all other copies.
So Brooklyn claims to have an encrypted hard drive literally sitting in a safe that contains the only video evidence of this dance.
That is terrifying. Just imagine knowing your son has a video that he says shows you humiliating him, and it's just out there, waiting.
Victoria is reportedly utterly broken by this.
It's a total loss of control. And for someone who has meticulously controlled her image for 30 years, that is an absolute nightmare. It gives Brooklyn tactical leverage.
It's a warning shot.
If you call me a liar, I have the tape. It's basically mutually assured destruction.
And the emotional gap just seems to be getting wider. There's a claim in the reports that David refused to see Brooklyn privately when he tried to reach out.
Right, and allegedly, David said he would only meet if it was filmed for his 50th birthday party.
Which, if that's true, just reinforces Brooklyn's entire argument about performative parenting, doesn't it?
100%. If a father will only see his estranged son when the cameras are rolling for a Netflix special, it validates the claim that the brand comes before the relationship.
It's so damaging to that family man persona David has built. It's tragic, truly.
And you see this generational divide in the public reaction.
You do. You have Gen Z generally supporting Brooklyn's no-contact boundaries. They see it as protecting his mental health.
Standing up to toxic parents. But then the older generation sees the Beckhams as these hard-working icons who are being victimized by a spoiled brat who married into a billionaire family.
It's a massive cultural split. But David and Victoria know they're losing the narrative with the younger demographic.
And in marketing terms, when a brand starts losing the youth, it starts dying. So they need a distraction. A big, loud, nostalgic distraction that appeals to the people who already love them.
Coming up, how this family feud led to the weirdest #1 single on the charts, and why a Las Vegas sphere might be the only thing that can save the Beckham reputation.
But before we get there, just a quick reminder for you listening right now. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on stories like this, where Hollywood drama meets real-world strategy, make sure you follow the show. We've got more deep dives coming that you won't want to miss.
Okay, so the family is fracturing. The son has gone rogue. The lawyers are involved. What do?
You call in the cavalry.
Or, in this case, the Spice Girls.
When the family falls apart, the sisterhood steps in. We have to go back to that scene we started with, Emma Bunton's 50th birthday party at Soho Farmhouse.
January 24th. It's the perfect setting. The milk float ride, the glass house, the dinner, the dancing. You have Victoria, Mel C, Jerry, Nicole Appleton, Holly Willoughby. It looked like the ultimate girls' night.
But look at the timing. This is days after the manifesto. This isn't just a party.
It's a human shield.
Yes. By surrounding herself with the Spice Girls, Victoria pivots the narrative. She goes from being the controlling mother accused by her son to the beloved pop icon surrounded by her best friends.
It shifts the visual language from family conflict to female empowerment.
And enduring friendship. And she posts that photo, "I love you girls so much." And David's comment.
This made me happy. I can only imagine how the Spice Girls fans feel.
He's steering the conversation. He's practically holding up a sign that says, "Look over here. Look at the Spice Girls. Don't look at the lawsuit with our son."
It's a brilliant distraction strategy, and it worked, at least in the music charts.
This is the weirdest side effect of the whole thing.
Victoria's solo single from 2001, Not Such an Innocent Girl, suddenly hit #1 on iTunes in January 2026.
It's fascinating consumer behavior, right? The fans saw Brooklyn roasting his mother, and they reacted with what you could call a tongue-in-cheek rebellion.
They just mass-purchased her old single to show loyalty.
It proves that despite the accusations, there is still this massive reservoir of goodwill for Posh Spice. The public wants to like her.
Which leads us to the big question. Is the Spice Girls reunion finally happening? Because Wannabe turns 30 in July 2026. The rumors are flying about the sphere in Las Vegas.
And this is where the smoke starts to look a lot like fire.
House.
Mel C was seen specifically asking AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys if the sphere would be a good venue for them. She's on record saying a reunion has to happen.
And the sphere isn't just a concert venue, it's a whole multimedia experience. It fits that high-fashion, high-concept brand Victoria's built.
Can you even imagine? The visuals in the sphere, it would be sensory overload in the best possible way.
It would be incredible.
But we have to look at Victoria's stance historically. In her SiriusXM interview, she called the idea tempting. She even admitted the Oasis effect made her nostalgic, but she used her classic defense.
I have a job. Could I take on a world tour? I can't.
Right. But things have changed since that interview. The brand is in crisis now. Does that shift the calculus?
It has to, 100%. Before the feud, a reunion was, what, a fun idea, a nice to have.
And now it might be a strategic necessity. A massive, successful Spice Girls residency at the Sphere would rehabilitate the Beckham brand. It reminds everyone why they fell in love with Victoria in the first place.
It generates positive headlines for months.
It creates a success halo that makes the family drama look small by comparison.
I'm with you. I think the no is turning into a maybe very, very quickly. And personally, if they announce a Sphere residency, I will sell my kidney for tickets.
I think you'd have a lot of competition in that market.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's the ultimate PR pivot. You can't control your son, but you can control the stage.
So what does this all mean? We're watching a dynasty fracture in real time. On one side, you have Brooklyn and the Peltz family, armed with legal letters and encrypted hard drives.
The modern weapons of reputation destruction.
And on the other, you have David and Victoria, armed with high-priced crisis experts in the legacy of the Spice Girls, trying to use nostalgia as a shield.
It's a collision of past and future. The Beckhams are trying to use their past, the football glory, the pop hits, to save their future.
Yeah.
But Brooklyn represents a future that refuses to play by their rules.
It really makes you wonder, if that encrypted drive ever gets open, if that footage of the inappropriate dance actually leaks, can even a Spice Girls reunion save brand Beckham? Or is there a limit to how much nostalgia can cover up reality?
That is the question.
Yeah.
And in the world of celebrity, the truth usually finds a way out, whether it's through a lawyer or a leak.
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.